Welcome everyone to Fated Worlds The Eschaton. uh, so, how are you all? Okay.
Good.
Doing
Excited
good.
to be
We're
playing Scree.
Yes.
Mhm.
Continuing our funky adventures from last week.
Yeah, so, let me see where we left off. Scree and Kennedy had a plan to introduce some an isotope into the water that will at least
Flush out.
flush out
the-
what were we calling them?
The morphologists,
Yes,
Morphologists, that was it. Yeah.
Yeah.
who were... What was their
And
deal
had we succeeded at our effort to do that? I think we did. Right?
you totally did.
Sweet.
We haven't done like a thing for how effective it is at flushing them out, that sort of reaction, but certainly your people are
Have voted
down
for
with
the
this
mission.
idea. Yeah. And then Benedict, you had a vision of horrible things being behind the setup of what seemed like a wormhole by this group that should not have the resources to do that. Am I missing anything?
No,
No, thanks.
I think that sums up.
Okay.
So we're gonna. We all hate. Did we mention how we all hate Benedict? How we all hate Benedict Kane?
I mean, hate is a strong word.
We have a complicated relationship.
Yeah.
You know, he's trying to kill my people. I'm trying to blow up his house, and you, well, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
That kind of
you
good
have
friendship.
a history.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
So, let me see. I think as we start, the theoretical audience gets a view of the.
Do I roll my start of session thing?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Let's do that.
Yeah.
What sort of session thing do you have?
My world ruler. See
Right.
how the people have felt since like yesterday, I guess.
Yeah.
They're
They might be fickle.
very fickle people. So let's see. So
Ooh. Okay,
Not good.
So, unlike yesterday, where they were quite happy with you, they are indeed fickle. So instead of being politically active, I guess you have a choice of.
So do I pick one neat, or do they all go off?
I think it's just activating one, but let me.
See,
It's been a while since I wrote it.
Yeah, the description says any.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, that would be would definitely be both.
Yeah. So the needs are nationalism and desperation. So we are in for an adventure with the people of Atraria.
Okay, so
Oh dear.
not only
Did they make a move against the rabbits?
yeah, not only do they make
Possibly.
an unwise, not only do they make a move against the well, probably the rabbits. I mean, if they knew about the morphologists, they'd be more freaked out about them. But I don't think that that's common knowledge.
No.
They're doing that, and they're doing something really stupid on top of that. So,
I mean, maybe they're just doing that in a very stupid way.
Well, I think what's happening here is they are gonna go ahead and initiate direct conflict with the rabbits, but in a way that will leave them very open to reprisal. So,
I mean, I was thinking that maybe they could come to our base. I was traveling the other day, and I saw this like boatyard, and I had this idea for like a spaceship junkyard, and that might be where the rabbits live. So it'd be a very precarious environment to navigate. Lots of potential for ambushes.
I think that like a bunch of them are like rush over there looking for rabbits to shoot. A bunch more start putting explosives into any holes that they see in the ground.
Oh dear.
But they don't really have. I think they don't really realize that the rabbits have like any sort of sentience. So they're not being careful to make sure that they're kind of just leaving the explosives that they don't set off right then. They're just kind of leaving out in the open.
I see.
So, let's go ahead and make a direct conflict roll.
Is that a roll I make, or is that something you do?
You can go ahead and do it.
Let's see.
Do I do anything?
You can. Well, you can interfere. If you would like.
I mean, I'd like to interfere.
That seems reasonable. Although
interfering do anything with a 9?
No. I mean, it's possible to lower the result by 2, but that'd still be the same partial success.
I mean, it's also possible that I botch it and that you get advantages from it, so I might as well do it.
Yeah, if you want.
I mean, I was planning on doing it.
Yeah, there isn't an upside other than the fun of messing things up.
I mean, it's always fun to mess things up. Let's see, how do I do that again? Act under duress, aid or interfere. Here we go. Well, here you go.
Okay. Okay, so I think that I think there's going to be an extra clock advance on the direct conflict, and let's see. So for I guess I will choose the result on the direct conflict because they're making this stupid move.
Yeah, makes sense.
So I think that I think that Benedict, your people lose a morale.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
But you do get 2 clock advances towards rendering those bunnies unable to effectively oppose you. So let me.
You just wait.
Mm.
We won't threaten world peace because you will be living on your own world.
Indeed, I will.
Moon somewhere.
Okay, so we have that going on, and I think the theoretical viewer scene cuts to a cave where there's a sort of a mix of bunnies and other entities. That look sort of like oh, what the hell? It's loading. Sort of like that.
Ew. That is creepy.
That is creepy.
And they are putting the what looks to be the final touches on setting up a bunch of posts in a circular configuration, and there's as everything is put into position, the area in the middle begins to waver, sort of like heat distortion, and we don't see anything come out of it yet, but I think part of why Benedict, both Scree and Benedict's people and you yourselves feel this sort of like a psychic miasma, like somebody threw up into your brains.
Ew, that's rude.
Does it feel familiar at all?
No, it's entirely unfamiliar. Well, no. I guess it is. I'm sorry. It is in fact familiar to you. It is much like how you felt upon having that vision.
Goddamn aliens.
Let me see. I think that last time the last scene we set up was Kennedy's.
I think so. Yeah.
So Benedict, tell me what you had just like run out of your house and were and you find your people in chaos. They've got they're throwing explosives into holes willy-nilly. They a bunch of them have gathered various small arms and are hunting around the old spaceport. Where are you, and what are you doing?
Yeah, I think we probably see Benedict is like, this is like literally like right afterwards last time. So this is like as he lands on the street outside, because he like basically like jumped out of his apartment last time we saw him. So we see his like pink glowing body sort of fall through there for a bit, and he is basically just like hard light. So it's like a laser beam strikes the ground. I think he's definitely doing the like 3-point landing.
Cool.
Strikes down, and he holds like the dog whose name I forget in one hand.
Sugar or something? I know it was some kind of a hooker name.
Yeah, I think it was Sugar. So he puts Sugar down on the street and says, "Right, stay there for a bit. I'll get back to you in a moment. I've got a goddamn riot. We've got a goddamn riot to settle." So let's see. I think I'm gonna try and if I see this happening, and this is probably like while the explosions are being the explosives are being thrown in, and like the riot itself is going on. So I think I'm just gonna try and like follow the crowd and like try and calm them down, like as I pass through. Like okay, people, this is like way too much. We don't need to do this.
Okay.
Like what are you doing? Violence is not the answer here.
Right. Violence is always the answer.
They're all wild-eyed, and so most of them are not used to using either firearms or explosives.
Yeah, but somehow they have them.
But yeah, they have them.
Yeah, you gotta have your explosives.
Yeah,
it's your rights. So would that be World Ruler for that?
Yeah.
We're like trying to calm them down. So let's see. It's a +2, but I get my +1.
And I imagine that Sugar will be helping you by running around enthusiastically and snapping at people's heels, and
Yeah, I think Sugar and other dogs
being adorable.
I think Sugar and other dogs that are exactly like him in every way are like the unofficial mascot of that area. This is like a thing that we do. So like it's the Doge equivalent.
Oh yeah, right.
Yeah. It's sort of expected that Benedict has one of these with him at any time. So let's see. So can they? What benefit do I get from that? Like an NPC helping?
So, essentially, using that at your service move, those NPCs can only take action if everybody agrees that they can in this situation.
I think it would make sense that they can do like the 7 to 9 result like by default, or like maybe they can give a +1, but they get themselves wrapped up in what's happening. Like they're also going to be like exposed to the consequences.
Okay.
Does that make sense? Like as a compromise, or like a trade-off or something?
Well, that they automatically get the 7 to 9.
Yeah, or something, or
Well, given Sugar's nature, I kind of find it I could see Sugar like yapping and trying to help, maybe, and then getting like distracted or just so I sort of don't see it, but
but they're still a person. They just happen to be a dog body.
Yeah. But Hassa, Kelsa, if you have input on it, I can be swayed.
I mean, I feel like she could help, even though she's a little, a little silly. I feel like she is loyal. I feel like she's...
I agree.
Okay.
She's superficial in the sense where, there's still something in there. Somewhere.
All right. Okay. So, go ahead and roll World Ruler.
X.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, gonna need that help.
Still bad. No, that's with the help.
Oh, well, let's find out if the...
You're just bad at rolling.
Yeah. Let's find out if the help is helpful.
So how do I do that?
I mean, I assume you give me like a +1 is how that would work.
Yeah, but I imagine I need to roll to do that.
Yeah, just roll the I think raw 2d6.
Oof, okay. No, she doesn't even give that +1.
No. Yeah, so that rolls 5.
Okay. I think her enthusiasm might just get people more excited.
Yeah.
In a bad way.
You're giving these orders, trying to calm people down, and Sugar and other dogs of our sort are running around at people's heels, yapping. And they're yapping enthusiastically for your cause, but it's not helpful. It's just extra noise.
Sure.
So let me see. I think I'm gonna start a new clock.
Yeah, and that reminds me, how does XP work in this game?
Oh, okay. So, anytime you take anytime you do something based on either your fault or a existing bond that makes things more difficult for you or is like inherently interesting, you get an XP, and you know like anybody can call it out.
Hmm.
Let's call this okay. So amidst all this chaos, um, while there's uh, uh, you do notice one of your people, Benedict. Let's see. Let's go ahead and
You need a name?
yes, yes, please.
I mean, it could just be Sugar.
No, this is someone other than Sugar. This well, okay. I am open to names. I'm thinking maybe like Carlisle.
Yeah.
Carlisle is a good name.
Mm-hmm.
And they are I think they only break out a gender when it's when there's something going down. Usually, the body they wear is asexual. And would anybody else like to throw in traits from at your service? Keeping in mind that regardless of what traits they get, they are going to be a emerging faction on the world that is has their own agenda. Let's just say.
Can they be dishonest? That sounds good.
Sure.
and I think they make sure to have like cat eyes on all the bodies they occupy.
Okay.
Like a special request they make all the time.
Especially the dog bodies.
Yeah, especially the dog bodies.
And perhaps they can be cruel. Dishonest and cruel goes well together.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that'll probably enough. Well, okay. No, I'm gonna. I'm sort of. Nasal voice. So, Carlisle, it seems that like at first they're trying to be helpful. They're all, people. We need a little bit of organization here. If you could just look this way for a moment. Hang on. Okay. Now, if we're gonna get rid of these horrible rabbits, we need to have some discipline here. You three cover that section. You five on me, and they start heading into again doing sort of a patrol through the abandoned spaceport, or the defunct old spaceport, whatever.
Okay, yeah.
So
yeah.
I kind of want to see what Kennedy is doing in all this.
Well, she's. They are looking forward to getting. They're trying to like undermine Benedict, and
Poor Benedict.
I mean,
literal and metaphorical undermining.
we did the literal undermine last time.
Yeah.
This is more the metaphysical undermine, or my people making their way into your organization, and yeah, I want to infiltrate. The planetary government. Is that how that works?
Absolutely.
I'm pretty sure there's a move for that. I don't know what it is though.
It's called infiltrate.
Oh, perfect. See, there we go. And I roll influence. Where's my character sheet? I just had it, I swear.
So tell me a little bit about how you're doing this. I assume you're sending one of your agents in. Are they like disguised as someone in particular, or?
No, I don't think they're like disguised as anyone in particular. I think they're more like the long con of coming in and being like, oh, I'm here for a new job. No, I've been on this planet the whole time. Here's my fake paperwork. I'm just from the other city.
Can we help you? I mean, we're obviously, not allowed into government buildings and things like that, but we could sneak into houses and acquire certain papers and things you might need.
I'll allow it. I won't turn down your help.
All right. Okay. So, yeah, let's go ahead and do it. So first off, roll. Go ahead and roll that infiltrate.
So
go ahead and roll that what?
Infiltrate.
Oh, so I roll first.
Yeah, and then
Okay.
then do the. Ah, okay.
I did really good.
Yeah.
That's real good. Real good. Real good. You can't even fuck it up by helping me.
Nope. Well, I can still fuck it up for myself.
That's true.
Okay. So yeah, there's some bunnies like chewing on random papers, or chewing
that's
on...
like helping.
Yeah. And nobody's really checking credentials. They the newcomer looks human and is I assume immediately reassures that everyone that they're there to help and like help form up. So you will gain a +1 forward when trying to do something with your infiltrated agent.
Brilliant. How do I have them start sowing dissonance so that the people want to overthrow Benedict Kane and his stupid hard light body?
So there's there's a number of moves that you'll be able to do. Probably the one that like most closely matches that is Foment Rebellion.
Sounds good. Let's roll that.
Well, let's hold off on doing it quite yet.
Okay.
But yeah, that can definitely be in the works.
It's in the works.
So, Scree.
Yes.
There's all these explosions going off. There's a bunch of those damned well, okay,
aliens.
Aliens. Some in human form, some in hard light bodies, some in other forms, running around your spaceport, and then around the same time, this like psychic miasma went. So
leave it to Benedict to screw things up like this again. I mean, fine. I will deal with this myself. So, the only solution to dealing with, violence is violence, right? And I've got an army of crazy rabbits that can run around, and they're not so much an army as just a lot of chaos in sort of directed form, semi-directed, and they're not very organized. But if you've got a ton of rabbits running around and doing stuff, it's still bound to screw things up. So I have a question. This scene that you showed the viewer with the rabbits and the weird hand amalgamation things.
Mm-hmm.
Am I aware of that?
No. I mean,
Okay.
you're aware that there's
So I'm just aware of the attack from.
You'd have to do some sort of investigation to find out whether that.
You know what? I would like to do that. I would like to assess the situation and find out what this mind vomit was, because as much as, I dislike people running around my skyship graveyard, or spaceship graveyard, I much less like my mind being vomited into, because that's something I don't know. I can't control that. So I've sent word out to all the rabbitses to keep an eye out for, things related into mind vomiting or weird shit.
So are you that sounds a little bit like you're trying to gather information through your network rather than getting your first impression. But I could see it being either scan or search the mindscape.
I mean, I have something that's supposed to help me. Yeah, I have multiple viewpoints that allows me to gain +1 hold from assess, even on a miss. So I'd like to assess, if that would be possible.
Okay. Yeah, I thought I had updated the sheet. You do get to ask an extra question, but it should say scan rather than assess. Oh well.
Oh well. So, yeah, I would like to scan then.
Oh, and yeah, and you already have some extra senses, right? So, you can just employ those. All right.
Yeah, I've got enhanced hearing and magnification abilities, so I'll put my ear to the wall.
Okay.
See if I hear mysterious chanting on the other side.
Yeah, and plus you're
Ow!
Oh, thank you all for your terrible rolls.
I mean, you are welcome. At least, I have multiple viewpoints, and maybe that helps me from, making a total fool of myself.
Oh yeah. That does move it up to a 6, and
no, it should give me +1 hold from assess.
Oh yeah, you do get to ask a question. Yeah, I'm sorry. So, still choose one of the following. You hesitate while scanning and miss something important, although you still get to ask a question. Or you can answer. You can ask 2 questions, and the answer to one of them will be misleading.
I know which one of those I'd choose.
I think I'll pick one question and choose, and know that one's true.
Okay. So, what is
That's the boring answer.
I know. I'm sorry.
What? Yeah. Also, you're playing it safe? What?
I'm sorry.
It's
all right.
Okay. So my question is, what is the most threatening thing or person in this situation?
Okay. So, it's definitely that you get the impression that whatever's behind that psychic miasma is way more existentially dangerous than the aliens up top. And you have a feeling of where it's coming from, like generally. Like it doesn't seem like it's coming up from up above. It feels like it's coming from some extended part of the Warren. And you have a general direction. But I think that the way you part of the way you get that impression is that a bunch of the rabbits in that general direction go essentially go off the grid.
Oh dear. So does it seem that this is Benedict's doing? Or is that something I didn't know?
Well, them going off the grid, you can't be sure of. It could be that some of the explosions killed them, or it could be something else.
Okay, I would like to call a meeting with Kennedy, because this is important.
Hokadoge. She invites you up to her stealth spaceship in orbit.
Hey, Kennedy.
Scree, yes.
Scree is nervously hopping around your spaceship, checking out, like sniffing the technology and
okay. So
you're
you're not just communicating over the mindscape. You're actually arranging like a pickup.
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't think it would be that hard.
Well, actually, if you are doing it, physically, I think that.
Well, there's a fight going on.
Yeah, I think that Benedict will get a chance to possibly do something about it.
Ah, okay. Well, I made the assumption that Hasa wanted to meet in person because this is
not
the kind
necessarily
of information that.
I mean that in person is useful, but we can do it over video, I suppose.
I mean, it's up to you. You're the one initiating this contact.
I mean, in the middle of a war and all, I suppose we'll have to do it over video. It's not ideal, but
well, you both have access to the mindscape, which is sort of direct mind to mind communication. There's although if you want to have like a backup video system that you could conveniently acquire it.
I mean, Mindscape will work.
Okay.
So, yeah, like Kennedy, there's something going on here. Benedict is planning something new, something. I don't know what he's done, but it's dangerous. There's something going on in the Warrens, and I don't know what it is that he's doing, but like it felt like a freaking like mind vomit, and my some of my rabbits, like hoppers and jumpers, they've gone missing with their entire family, and I don't know what to do.
That's
we should do something about it. We should go there. It's in the Warrens.
Do you think
we should go kick his ass?
Let me see if I can locate your missing rabbits.
Yes, that would be good.
Oh, and when Sri mentions this mind vomit, that that reminds you, Kennedy, of something in the briefing from Special Circumstances that that's definitely something to be on the lookout for in terms of incursion by Lords of the Outer Dark, the Lovecraft.
Gotcha.
So you know that
very
they
troubling.
Want you to
report
immediately, report back, and that if they're but that if you do find evidence of active incursion, it could be very bad for the whole planet. Like Meta Society is likely to want to just cauterize the whole thing, the whole planet, and make sure that it doesn't spread.
Well, Scree is blissfully unaware of all of this.
So yeah, if there's some possibility of the missing rabbits being taken or something by that darkness instead of by Benedict, although it could be either way, I don't know, but I want to use mass surveillance, which says I can spend a rep to assess any person or location I'm aware of, regardless whether you or an agent is there. So I want to that cost me a rep, but I think it is important enough. I want to go ahead and spend that and find out where those missing rabbits are at.
Okay, sure.
And that means that I roll assess, which is somewhere on this list.
Under scan.
There it is. Scan. That's what I want. Scan. Success.
Okay. Well,
you've been having all the good rolls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, ask a question from probably that second list.
Yeah.
And then you can do a follow up.
What do I notice despite an intentional concealment?
I think that your sensory equipment picks up that there's definitely like life forms in that area that don't correspond to the signatures of either the rabbits or most of Benedict's people, although that's a little bit trickier since they're more varied. And
another disadvantage of like this society, you just can't organize anything.
And as you're monitoring, you do notice like three life forms that had been showing as rabbits start to change their signature, starting to match the this other signature.
Hmm.
What is it? What is it, Kennedy? What is he doing now?
And there is amongst Benedict's people, that it's like a little bit inconclusive. Like you can't tell if there's something weird going on there or not.
Gotcha. There may or may not be something weird going on with his people too.
Yeah.
Is this like where the isotope to detect morphologists is coming into play, or is this something different?
This is I think it's probably a combination of you like specifically scanning that area, and that that isotope is in play. Like it makes it easy to find the existing rabbits. They drank it up right away.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha. I guess I'll share that information and just be like, there's definitely something going on.
I knew it. He just can't leave us alone.
I don't think it's him.
What do you mean? Is there somebody else?
There might be. It's hard to say. I'll need to do more research. But stay away from that area of the Warrens. It's dangerous. See if you can block it off.
Oh, and you can ask a follow-up question.
Oh, I can?
Yeah, you got.
You should ask if Benedict is involved.
Yeah, is Benedict involved? How do I ask that with these list of questions? What potential complications should I be aware of?
Okay, with but that's specifically with Benedict in mind.
I mean, yes, I think so.
Okay,
that's kind of my way of being like, is Benedict involved?
So I think that the complication is that is actually that he's not involved now, but since he's unaware of the or as far as you know, unaware of the morphologists, the potential for if the rabbits can be converted, then the potential for his people to be converted is very high.
Gotcha. So basically, maybe I should warn him, give him a heads up.
Maybe.
So do you share this with me?
I will tell you that I don't think he's involved.
Then maybe we should talk with him.
Maybe we
tell him to leave us alone while we figure this out. I mean, it's his planet too, for now.
Yes, that's a good idea. Let's get him on the line.
I mean, I think he's here. I could just drag him in here. Or invite him in.
Yeah. So if you wanted to do just contact him over the mindscape, you can just like kind of knock.
Yeah, like patch him in.
Yeah.
I mean,
he can decide not to answer. It's possible.
But... with Scree, it will be more like a kicking down of the door. Okay. I don't know if he's gonna answer, but if we just both like kick at the door at the same time, she prepares, a foot that's pawing the ground. If we both kick down the door at the same time, surely he can't ignore us.
I just politely knock.
Okay. So.
And I will jump at the door first.
Benedict, you amidst all this chaos, there you receive a high priority head mail of that seems to be coded to both Kennedy and okay. So how much do you do you just know of the rabbits as just these rabbits, or do you know that there's like a humanoid who's living with them?
Yeah, I've probably heard about it, but it's not something that Bandit has paid particular attention to. Like, okay, yeah, they got a human with them. Fine, whatever.
Yeah, one of them's gone native. Whatever.
Yeah. I mean, Benedict is mostly photons. He still calls himself a human. So you can be a rabbit if you can be a rabbit and be whatever.
Sure.
I think what we hear is like, no, Carl, I will have to do this later. I can't put up with your nonsense right now. I want to call on the other line. Let me just hear like zoom, switch into this little mindscape room that we're in.
So I do want to give a little bit more background in that in accepting a headmail call, there's a small danger if someone is very if someone is very adept at manipulating the mindscape, they could use it to mess with you. And while Kennedy's knock is like normal, this other one is sort of barging.
Yeah, it probably has like a message attached like, "Hey, idiot, pick up."
Hey.
Yeah.
But
exactly.
But the very fact that it came in as like a high priority head mail means that it's less likely to be like spurious. It's not likely to be viral spam, but possible.
No, Ken, I don't care about your cat gifts. I hope this is important.
It is.
There's something. These cultists, they're doing something.
Morphologists, I'm not sure if you realize your planet is being infiltrated.
I think we see him looking over at Scree. I'm aware.
Not
by me, you idiot. We got bigger problems. There's this weird mind vomit, and they, I don't know. There's rabbits going missing, and it's we need to call a ceasefire and deal with this. This is important.
If this is not dealt with, it may mean the end of the planet for both of you.
Yeah, I think when you mentioned the mind vomit, there's like purple shimmer turns like a visible few shades paler. Like,
yeah, he knows what that means.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he knows it all too well. I think he turns to Kennedy as much as his non-body can turn. It's like the laser points of his eyes, so rotating over in your direction. And, how sure are you of this insurrection?
Fairly certain. I can show you the data. It's
very well.
In the meantime, Scree hops over to you, Benedict, and even though you can't really smell something, I imagine in the mindscape, she hops over to you in the mindscape and just sniffs you.
Yep. I think he has that slight dank weed smell. Even there. It's by choice.
And I imagine you're used to that with sugar and all.
Yeah, I think there's like almost like a reflex, like pick you up almost, and then it's like, oh wait, no, that's a person. It's like
like oh.
Now when you try that, like she jumps back, like and stares at you with big eyes.
Like, oh no, I'm sorry. Data.
She relaxes and does an inquisitive hop forward and sniffs the air.
So do you show us what you found?
Yeah, I'll show you the things that I have found.
Okay, and with Benedict knowing like what he knows about the morphologists, like at least originally, and like lining up with the stuff that he's found out about the Dark Outer Ones, or what they were called. Is there anything I can do to like? Can I like scan this data and match it with what I know?
You could, except that right about that time.
Oh dear.
You notice Carlisle coming up with approaches with several others. He's all
in the mindscape.
Not in the mindscape. In physicality. And they're all Benedict. A moment of your time.
Yeah, so I think what we see like in the mindscape is like Benedict is sighing and like, hold please, and then like one eye goes out, like the eye beam turns off, and then the one on his like physical space turns on at the same time. It's like, fine, what do you want?
I'm sure you're very busy with whatever distraction you're
yes, very busy. Possibly planetary annihilation. I'm sure your stuff is very important as well.
I don't know what you're talking about with annihilation, but clearly you're failing to take care of the situation that's going on right now, and me and my fellows find that to be, let's just say, problematic. We think that maybe it might be time for some new leadership.
Well, isn't this what one has specialists for? Or what else are you? What else are you supposed to be doing here?
Well, what I'm supposed to be doing is making sure that this whole let's say, movement doesn't degenerate into chaos like it was before I started to take a hand.
And then I think we see Benedict puts both hands up and says, well, if you want a shot at it, then I suggest you go and do your job.
Okay. So, Carlisle is put it.
Is Carlisle one of these autarchs, by the way?
He is. Or they are. Sorry. So.
Yeah. Then
Carlisle's gonna take over a bunch of shit if
yeah, I think I would like to try and world ruler them then to get them in line.
Well, I think first you're gonna need to resist outside influence.
Okay.
Is there if you wanted, you could ask Scree for help. She'd be very smug, but she would help you by focusing her attacks on the right people. Of course, you would have to deal with the smugness.
Yeah, I get enough of that on one front right now. But I think the way that Benedict would pitch it to Scree is that, my people are a bit out of control right now. I'm trying to fix that while I'm doing this. So if we could get that out of the way, and I don't quite know how this is going to be resolved, but my people are going to want some results from what's happening. If you can expedite that on your side somehow, if you're in charge of them, I don't know. Did they vote for you?
I can't. If you can't do it by yourself, of course I can always help you a little. She looks very satisfied with herself, and she says, I suppose we could give up a little land in the center now that now that some spaces have freed up in the Warrens. If you help me take the Warrens back, then we should be able to give you guys some land. Alternatively, I just kick the ass of whoever is giving you trouble. I've got a good kick.
Yeah, so I've seen. It doesn't have to be a permanent solution. We need some way to placate this now before it gets too bad.
Well, just tell me who's giving you trouble, and I'll kick their asses.
Well, right now it looks like it's the lot of them. I'm afraid it's not just one person.
Well, I can kick all their asses.
I'm sure you can. Reaches down, pats you on the head. I think if we can just get this over with, then we can get back on track with.
What are you suggesting?
I know if you can call your people back a bit and let my people think that they won for now.
Fair enough, but it's gotta seem convincing, right?
Well, you rabbits are pretty good at running away.
When she says it's gotta be convincing, she logs out of the mind space, and do I know where Benedict is?
Not precisely, no. The mindscape doesn't necessarily give you that.
And you could probably find that from
Yeah, because I believe he was in the area, right? Because he was personally telling people to quiet down and not like make such a riot.
Yeah, I'm sure you could like consult the hive mind. I'm sure you have like someone with eyes on Benedict right now.
Well, fair enough, yeah.
Okay, yeah, so I would like to go over there and stage an attack on Benedict that fails horribly and use that to convince my people to run away. Because my people are easily frightened. They're nervous. So if I stage a convincing defeat by Benedict on me, of course I've not told Benedict that this is my plan, but I'm just gonna attack him out of random.
Okay. So yeah, let's. I think this is gonna be a series of rolls.
I imagine.
Yeah. So
what can go wrong, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we've rolled so very well in the past.
Yes. Oh, that means we only have good rolls left.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that makes sense. That's why I'm avoiding rolling at all cost. Because I've used up my good rolls. It means I only have bad rolls left.
Yeah.
Math.
Yeah. So I think before you can do aid or interfere, you're going to need to convince your rabbit scree that this is a good idea, because this is not like.
I mean, like I'm not trying to convince them. Like, I'm gonna personally attack Benedict and intentionally fail miserably, and that in itself is my attempt to convince them. So the convincing, as far as I'm concerned, should be at the end. Like, that's definitely me trying to convince them that they should give up.
Okay. So
the attack is just solo, and I want them to see me getting my ass handed to me by Benedict and be like, "Oh my god, this is scary."
All right. Sure.
So I'm kind of playing to their weakness.
Okay.
It's gonna be so wonderful when you fail your aid roll and just kick my ass.
I mean, that's a serious risk.
We're gonna give your hard light body a black eye.
1 second.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna leave my left side completely open, but the question is, do you have the combat experience to see that my left side is completely open?
I guess we'll find out.
Okay. So and you are trying to be as convincing as possible with your attack?
Yes.
Okay. So
I mean, they need to believe that I'm really getting defeated by him, else, it won't work.
Okay. So go ahead and use force.
Sweet.
And are you just like popping out of a worn hole and
yeah, I'm doing the screaming charge kind of thing, where I just pop out of a worn hole and just run and do my battle scree, my traditional battle scree, where I'm like, yeah! And then I like run on all fours over there as fast as I can and jump up in the air, line my foot up for one of my my famous kicks, and then just go.
Nice. All right.
Use force.
Oof.
How?
Okay.
I thought we were done with the bad rolls. I even have a +2. This is my best ability.
Well, it'll be the defeat will be convincing, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I have a suggestion, because my idea was to get captured by Benedict. But what if I don't get captured by Benedict, but I get captured by Carlisle?
Ooh.
Okay.
What a twist!
So, well, okay. First off, choose choose one off of the list on use force, and you are.
Where is that list?
I don't know whether I don't think that Benedict necessarily has state-of-the-art weapons, but some of Carlisle's people do. So grievous harm is on the line.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh, and okay. So I guess I'm sorry. We should have talked a little bit about your objective in using.
I mean,
this
my
force.
objective is to convincingly get defeated, so that in front of all the rabbits.
Okay.
So I imagine that I'm gonna go for you achieve your objective, but there is a complication. I get convincingly defeated, but not necessarily in the way I'd want it to.
All right. Cool. So I get to make a move. There's an extra complication. Before I do that, let's go ahead and because it's the first time that anybody has rolled this. Roll grievous harm.
Oh dear, how does that work?
It's a fortune roll, so it's
here.
It's probably at +0. Okay.
Succeeds partially, whatever that means.
Succeeding partially on grievous harm is still not good.
It's bad.
It's very bad.
I imagine.
Okay. So yeah. You are one of the people accompanying Carlisle as you make your charge. Just turns a vaguely gun-shaped weapon on you, and there's a flash of light, and like from your upper half of your body is just vaporized.
There's just these feet flying through the air in kick formation.
So yet another roll. Well, actually, let's do transmigrate a little bit later, or resleeve. But despite this, you do get to now. Let's go ahead and focus back on this challenge for leadership. So
does this convince the rabbits to back off?
Yes, you absolutely do get to
getting vaporized helps.
Yeah.
I think as Scree is flying through the air and she sees the blast come at her, you just hear an "oh fuck," and then, she's gone.
Okay, so Benedict, if you could roll resist outside influence.
Okay, and
so does he get a +1 from me?
Does that count as help?
You do in fact get to and then roll resist outside influence, and then Scree, you can roll aid.
Okay. Let's see if I can roll a good roll for once.
Let's see if I can.
Yeah.
Let's see, where are they? There they are.
Okay, I'm aiding successfully.
Getting it up to a 6.
Oof.
Let's see. I just want to check if maybe I get a +1 to this from somewhere. I don't have the. I actually get a -1 to this.
Okay.
It's even worse.
Okay. What was your morale?
My morale is at 5, I think. Yeah, 5.
Okay. Well, you did lose one earlier.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was at 6 of the start.
Oh, was it 6 originally? Okay. So you you lose 2 more morale.
X.
And it's that clock. And essentially the way it plays out is that it looks like you're being attacked completely unaware, and that Carlisle and his people, their people, are completely on top of it, take care of the situation before you even realize that there's a problem.
Hold on. Did you just kill a small child? We were having a polite conversation, Carla. You can't just kill children while we're talking. It's very rude.
Well, rude or not,
even if they're screaming, especially if they're screaming, I've been told.
I don't want to hear children screaming.
I mean, I don't either, but I don't kill them.
It's not like it's permanent or anything.
Fair, but still.
And again, rude or not, I'm not sure that you have a lot of say in the situation. I think this just proves that it's time for a change on Atraria. Before it's too late.
I'm sure you think that.
Well,
if you think you can handle this,
clearly I'm not the only one who does.
Well, if you think you can handle this mess, then give it a shot. And I think what he does is that he does claps, and we see his hard light body is shifting to a physical one, and we see Carlisle taking the hard light instead. I think this is a formal position on a chariot to shed your mortal coil and become the light. This is something that goes on for it has been going on for a long time, and used to be a lot more formal. It used to be a big ceremony, but now we can just do it if we feel like it.
Okay.
So you know what? Take care of this. I have more important things that need doing.
Bold move.
Yeah. Okay. Sure. Yeah, I think that's just sort of conceding schism.
Is there a move for that?
There's a procedure for it.
Okay.
So, you can first off, your population, the population that is still loyal to you, is one smaller. So if you're nation sized, it goes down to gang sized.
Isn't city sized in between those?
City sized, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's more like Benedict's immediate staff, which is definitely large enough to be a city.
And
like I'm gonna take DC with me when I leave.
yeah. And hold on, let me look it up so I don't screw this up. Apologies for the delay.
No worries.
No worries. I mean, it's a playtest.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I think like in his physical form, like human form rather, Benedict is played by I think his name is Misha Collins, the guy who plays Castiel on Supernatural.
Perfect. I love it. I feel it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's definitely what I've been picturing for him.
Okay. So for your organization, change 1 to 3 descriptors.
Okay. Let's see.
And
I think it.
Oh. Well, if you want to take your time doing that, I can shift.
I think it makes sense that Benedict doesn't take the Republic tag with him. That is like too entrenched in the government.
Mm-hmm. Totally makes sense.
Yes, I think what we see happen, like as this scene is like panning out and Carlisle is assuming direct control, we see like Benedict is like storming up the street, and we see like his like eye readjusting to get back into the mindscape, and we see that he's walking like back the way he came. We see because his apartment earlier was like floating above the building that it was like attached to. We see it like taking off and heading in this direction.
Okay.
I need to go back and prepare for this. This is a lot bigger than I thought.
Okay. So, Kennedy, you see all this go down. And your agent, reports on it, and that Carlisle is seems to now be in control of the majority of the place, and what is your agent's name?
This is the one that we met last time, isn't it? The one who's like keeping an eye on Benedict. You're
yes,
muted,
like there was another agent that was.
I don't think
before that was Heist, but this is I think this may be somebody else.
I think this is somebody else. Okay. I think their name is Frederick.
Good old Frederick.
Mm-hmm.
And do we want to choose some traits for Frederick?
No. I mean,
okay.
Sure.
I can look. Maybe professional?
That's good. I like that. And they have a rough voice.
I should turn on my light.
So, Kennedy, do you want me to? Which faction do you want me to stay with?
This is difficult. Keep an eye on the new one. I don't trust him. I don't trust many people. But I trust this shift in leadership even less.
You got it. Anything else?
No, that should be it. Thank you for your time.
Of course. Anything else?
I don't know.
I think that Benedict would probably like reach out to you in the Mindscape while he's like heading back.
Okay.
Yeah. Benedict, Candy, are you still there?
Yes, Benedict.
Very good. I think there's a few things we need to talk about. I think your friend, like the little one, was destroyed, unfortunately. I'm not sure where they ended up, but yeah, that was the whole thing with a high-powered rifle of some sort. Carla was very reflexive.
I see.
I'm not sure where they've ended up, but maybe you can reach out to them somehow.
I'll give it a try.
I'm sure they're around. This is one thing that I've learned about rabbits is that you can't stop them by just killing one.
True.
Yeah, you hear a voice somewhere in the distance. Damn right.
Randomly.
Yeah.
Nice to see you in your meat body again.
I'm sure. Speaking of which, we should meet in person. I don't quite trust the Mindscape these days.
Agreed. Shall I send someone to pick you up? Or do you want me down there?
I think he like looks up in the sky as his apartment is approaching. Like, I've got a place. We can meet up somewhere of your choice.
How about your bedroom?
We're not going down that road.
Not again.
Not again.
Not again. So yeah, I guess they'll meet up somewhere neutral groundy, like a fancy tea house or something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can see that. Now, is this a place where we've been before, or is it entirely neutral ground?
I think it is entirely neutral ground. It's similar to places we've been before, but not actually any place we've been before.
Like we've been to other places in this franchise.
I mean, not franchise, but like style of restaurant.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, and are we joined by the new and improved screen?
And I feel like she's still out of commission.
Yeah, we'll get to you.
All right then.
I want to see the two of you together.
Actually, is it time for a break before we get into that scene?
Sure.
Might be a good time.
Let's do that. Just a moment.
I have a feeling the scene may last a while, and I don't think I can.
Okay. Alrighty. We will be back shortly. Please stick around.